and welcome. I am Katarina and this is my channel, your place for card making, creative inspiration and a little extra sparkle in every project. If you enjoy my content, please subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future videos. Let's jump into today's project. With the Grand Blooms die set by Lisa Horton Crafts, I've die cut all of the dies several times from white card. I'll not be using all of these today, I'll be putting some of them away for a future project. But I will be creating 3 flowers and then some foliage as well. To do that, I'm taking my white die cuts and different shades of the Cloud 9 ink pads by Lisa Horton. I have to say I really am enjoying using these ink pads. So far, if you followed me, I was using distress oxidings for a lot of my projects, which I absolutely still love. But it was a really nice change for me to start experimenting with these ink pads, and I am in love with them. And they're so juicy and the colors are really, really pretty. Off camera, I inked up 9 petal layers for 3 flowers and then some of the foliage. And in here you can just see the inks that I used. All different shades of pinks, some yellow and like a purplish color, and then for the foliage I used turquoise and like a tealy color, and they are so lovely and vibrant, and that was what I was going for today with my card. I do want to add a little bit of a glitter to these, so I'm taking my fine tip glue bottle with a dry clear glue in it, and I am just drawing over the lines that are already embossed into those die cuts with the dies. And then I'm just going to sprinkle some of a super fine crystalline glitter on top. This is a translucent glitter. Once the glue dries clear, it will leave you with some gorgeous sparkle on the flowers with no of the white glue showing. So here are all the petals glittered up, ready to be set aside to dry, because this will take a minute. Until then, we can work on our card base. For this, I have cut my white card base to 7.5 inch squared, and then this pinky corally paper to 7.25 inch square, and the pattern paper is 7 inches squared. I want to add some glitter along the 4 edges of this pink layer. Normally I would use my chisel tip glue pen and some fine glitter, but because today I opted for a chunky glitter, I used a heavier layer of glue from my dry clear glue bottle. And the glitter I'm using today is by Wow Embossing, and this one is the Sparkling Sugar from the Sparkles range. It is such a beautiful pot of glitter. It has some really sparkly, super fine pieces of glitter, but also those chunkier bits which are see-through. It is stunning. You got to try it and see it for yourself to really appreciate how gorgeous that is. So because I am using the chunky pieces, I used a heavier layer of glue in there on all 4 sides. Normally I would set this aside to dry for a bit. For the sake of this video, I was just getting on with it, so I'm being careful not to smudge any of that glue and the glitter on the 4 edges. As for the pattern paper that I'm using, I picked that one out of the Best of Collection by Chloe's Creative Cards bumper paper pads. So Chloe very recently released a paper pad with 100 double-sided sheets of paper, and these are the collection of the most loved papers from previous releases. I really enjoy using this paper pad. It is fully packed with lots of our favorites. So I've cut that one to 7 inch square, and I'm covering the back of it in foam pads before adhering it onto the card front. That will add some lovely dimension to my card already. Then from Lisa Horton Crafts, I took the Nested Tall Hexagons die set. And with the second largest one, I've die cut from vellum. The next size die from that same pinky corally card that I've used on the card base. And then the next one die just from white card. Then I have the You Make Me Smile stamp and die set, and the word smile I've die cut twice from white card and once from the same corally one again. I layered them on top of each other, and the layer to go behind it is cut out from vellum, but I have also die cut the layers to go behind it from white card, and so the final layer will be glued behind that sentiment from white card. I think it just sets it away nicely from the background again. And for my sub-sentiment, I went with It's Your Birthday from the sentiment set, which I stamped and then heat embossed with my polished gold embossing powder. And I'm going to just glue everything down now. So this one straight onto the vellum, and then I'm popping it on foam pads, again adding an extra layer of dimension, also behind the white die cut as well, just using the foam pads. And I will also add foam pads behind my sentiment stack. So this starts to add all the lovely dimension that I do like to add to my cards. But of course, you don't have to. You can just glue this straight onto the card front, and it would be easier for postage. Or if you don't like to add all that dimension, if you like flatter cards, again, just glue them straight onto the card front using some liquid glue or double-sided tape. I am adding some curve into all these petals. First, I'm using my bone folder in here. Now, you have to be very gentle with this not to tear your cardstock, obviously. But there's another way to do this, to take some rounded object like a pen or a pencil and use that to wrap your petals around, which I will be showing to you now. And then off camera I will be doing this to all my petals. This is quite repetitive and takes a minute. There's really no point taking off your time, but you can see how I'm just wrapping this around my pen. Now the cardstock that I used, I think, is like 190 or maybe 220 GSM, something like that. So it's not very lightweight. So it holds the shape beautifully. And then I'm just using my hot glue to stack the 3 layers together and offsetting the petals. It gives me a really nice full bloom. Off camera, I do this to all the other flowers. So I will end up with 3 different flowers using those lovely vibrant colors from the ink pads. And I also am bending upwards on the leaves just to add some dimension to those as well. Again, optional, you can leave these much more flatter on your card. So I really love the vibrant colors in here, but I wanted to do something to the stamen bits as well, which are the die cuts from the same die set. So I picked those 2 sizes, and the larger ones I am going to heat emboss using my polished gold embossing powder. This is the same as I used for my sub-sentiment, so it will tie in nicely on my card, and I think the gold just goes so well with my color scheme. So I'm going to very quickly heat set this, and you will be able to see how these change color. They turn lovely and shiny. Absolutely love heat embossing and adding heat emboss details to my flowers. For the smaller stamens, I am just covering them in glue and then in the same sparkling sugar glitter by Wow, as I've done earlier on the edges of the pink card. And then I just make sure that I press down on that glitter into that glue to make sure that the glue grabs onto it, so the glitter won't start to be falling off when someone receives the card, but it is nicely firmly stuck to the glue. Using my hot glue, I am adding my heat embossed pieces first, and then on top of that I will be gluing the glittery pieces. And I just want to say the heat of the glue can sometimes remelt the powder a little in there while it's still quite hot. So make sure that you don't press down on with your finger. You can leave your fingertips in there. Ask me, how do I know? So in here I'm adding the glittery pieces in the middle of the larger stamens and just pushing down with my tweezers on it as well. And here I'm just arranging my flowers around the sentiment on the card, adding 2 on the bottom and then 1 on the top. And then with the foliage I will be just filling out all the places around the flowers. And I am loving how this is coming together. Now that I'm doing the voiceover, it actually looks quite tropical. I was going for a spring feel, but it does look summery and tropical also with all those colors. But of course you can change up the colors to suit any occasion or anyone's liking. If you know someone that loves blue and yellow, go for it. I think it would make a beautiful card in any colors at all. And for me it was so refreshing to work with these dies from Lisa Horton Crafts. Absolutely beautiful. And the sizes are amazing. Like there are some really large and then much smaller dies as well, so it gives you a lovely variety. To finish off the card, I'm adding some rhinestones to start with, just 3 on 2 corners, and these are lovely pink blingy rhinestones. But I also will bring in some white pearls just to add the little one in the middle of each of those flowers. It was just missing something. I could have left it because it's lovely and glittery, but to me it was just missing something. So you will see that on close-ups just in a little minute. And this finishes my gorgeous birthday card of Smile. It's your birthday. How beautiful is this? I absolutely adored making this card, and it is so lovely and sparkly. And it's quite large. It's 7.5 inches. I did make a matching box, which is not on this video in here, but I did make a matching box to go with the card before I gave it to a friend. So this is my project for today finished. I will leave you with some close-up images in here. I really hope you enjoyed watching this tutorial, and if you did and you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, please make sure you do so. I would really love to have you here, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss out on any videos that I will upload. Thank you so much for watching. If you would like to check out all the supplies, I will have them listed in the description box below, and I will be back very soon with my next one. I really hope to see you there. Till then, bye. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe so you won't miss my next video, and in the meantime feel free to click on these rectangles for more creative inspiration. Until the next time, see you soon. Bye!